Have you registered to vote in the June 23rd primary election? Saturday, June 13th is the deadline to register to vote and the start of the early voting periods. Mabuiga, welcome to the Garifuna Experience podcast. I'm your host, José Francisco Ávila. With the June primary fast approaching, we want to make sure you have everything you need to vote. June 13th is the deadline to register to vote and the start of early voting, which starts from June 13th through June 21st, with primary day on June 23rd, kicking off a critical voting season that will help shape leadership at the state and federal levels. From Albany to Washington, the outcomes of these races will influence policy decisions that impact daily life across the 5 boroughs. Here is your guide to the primary, including what's on the ballot and key days to know before Election Day on Tuesday, June 23rd. Let's break it down. What exactly is a primary? Now, you might be thinking, it's just a primary. But let me tell you, this is where the real decisions happen. A primary is an election held by a political party to determine which candidate will be the party's nominee in the upcoming general election on November 3rd. A primary is held when more than one candidate submits valid ballot access documents, example petitions, to become the party's nominee for the general election. Important note, in New York we have closed primaries. A closed primary only allows members of a given political party to vote in that party's primary election. For example, only an enrolled Democrat can vote in a Democratic primary. What's on the ballot in the June 23rd primary? Voters will see a mix of state and federal races. These offices play a key role in shaping policies that affect New Yorkers statewide and locally. All voters registered with a major political party can vote for Governor and Lieutenant Governor, State Attorney General, State Comptroller, State Senate and Assembly, U.S. House of Representatives. Voters can check their district and polling location ahead of time to confirm exactly what will appear in their ballot. The 2026 calendar, deadlines to remember. Grab your phones and open your calendars. Here are the dates you cannot miss for the June 23rd primary. There are 3 ways to vote and make your voice heard in New York. Number 1, vote early. Early voting for the June 23rd primary election will take place from Saturday, June 13th to Sunday, June 21st. You must vote at your assigned early voting location. Keep in mind that your early voting site may be different from your general election day poll site, so check before you go. Check our show notes for the link to find your poll site. Number 2, vote by mail. New York allows all eligible voters to vote early by mail. You no longer need a reason to request a mail ballot. Important information. Any registered voter can apply for an early mail or absentee ballot. If you received an early mail or absentee ballot, you cannot use a voting machine at your poll site on June 23rd. If you decide not to use your mail ballot, you may still vote in person using an affidavit ballot. How to apply for a mail ballot? Apply online. Check our show notes for the link to New York City ballot request portal. Accessible ballot assistance. Check our show notes for the link to request an accessible ballot. Apply in person at your local Board of Elections. Mail ballot deadlines. In-person mail ballot request deadline, Monday, June 22nd. Mail ballot postmark deadline, Tuesday, June 23rd. Number 3, vote on Election Day. Election Day for the primary election is Tuesday, June 23rd. Polls will be open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. You must vote at your assigned poll site. Poll sites can change year to year, or even last minute if there's an issue such as a water main break or power outage. So make sure to check before you go. Check our show notes for the link to find my poll site. Here are some key dates you cannot miss for the June 23rd primary election. The early voting period is Saturday, June 13th to Sunday, June 21st. June 13th is also the deadline to request a mail ballot online or by mail. Primary election day is Tuesday, June 23rd. Know your rights at the polls. I want you to feel confident when you walk into that polling site. You have rights and no one can take them away. Need help? Ask a poll worker. That is what they are there for. Language barriers? You have the right to an interpreter. Technical issues? If the machine is down, you still have the right to vote. Not on the list? Ask for an affidavit ballot. Do not leave without casting your vote. ID requirements. If you voted in New York before, you do not need to show ID. If you're dropping your ballot off, you can do so at any early voting site or your county board of elections. Don't wait until the last minute. Let's get it done. So what's next? Winners of each party's primary elections will move on to the general election on November 3rd. That election is open to all eligible voters regardless of party affiliation and may also include ballot proposals and addressing statewide or local issues. Every election is an opportunity to make your voice heard. Remember, your vote is your voice. Vote during early voting period June 13th to June 21st or the primary election on June 23rd. And that wraps up another episode of the Garifuna Experience podcast. The information on this episode is based on information from nycvotes.org. Check out episode 46, the midterm elections, why every 2 years matters. Remember, voting is not just a right. When Garifuna voters are organized and present at the polls, we send a clear message. We are here, we're engaged, and our community's concerns must be taken seriously by those who seek to lead us. The future of the Garifuna people and all New Yorkers is in our hands. Thank you for listening. Stay united, stay proud. Sungobe Lida Aba. Ayo. Find new episodes of the Garifuna Experience podcast every Tuesday on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart Podcasts, YouTube, Amazon Music, or whatever you find your favorite shows. Please rate and review the Garifuna Experience podcast. It helps our history reach the world.